G'day and welcome to The Tackle. I'm Joel Gelding. My team's not playing finals, but I know someone who definitely is because you can't wipe the stupid grin from his face, and it's rightfully so. He definitely deserves to be smiling that much. Sean McManus.
Thank you, Joel. Winner, chicken dinner. Fremantle too strong for the Cats over the weekend. Sucked into all the non-believers.
Well, you know what? Normally, preliminary finals, grand finals is what we save the big games for, and week one, we had three extraordinary games and one that was kind of a bit boring because Hawthorn won by a lot. But let's get stuck into the moment of the week, which has been the Fremantle Dockers performance. How do you rate it?
Well, it was absolutely fantastic. We had the umpires going against us early days too. Number 28, don't know his name, but he was the worst umpire I've seen in, since Dean Margette's performance when Fremantle played Essendon at home, which he completely changed the game there. That is the worst performance I've seen in the first quarter, giving away free kicks and whatnot, but Ross Lyon steeled the team together, Joel. At quarter time, we came home over the last three quarters with too strong in the end.
It is the biggest win in your club's history, without a doubt. They get a home preliminary final. This sets you up for your best chance to make a grand final ever. Have to be.
Yeah, 19 years the club have been going for, and they deserve to get this opportunity after last weekend's. If any team goes down to Geelong, has to play a final for the first time in 120 years, then they deserve, once they won, to get a home prelim and make the GF.
Now, I like that this week on the show, you were talking to Nathan and Nat about how many beers you consumed. Was that nerves? Was that just...
Yeah, it was. The beers were really cold, and because the game was so intense, and everyone agreed with me, you're sucking them back really quickly because you're just right into the game.
Well, I know that because I sent you a text message because I felt really like that the Dockers were going so great, and you sent me back something saying, the worst umpiring ever.
There you go, says it all.
Mate, well done. We'll get stuck into what's going to happen next week when they play the preliminary final. Why can't I say that word? Let's look at the other games from the weekend. We saw Hawthorn touch up Sydney. No one expected to blow it out as much. What did you think about that game?
Yeah, little disappointed, to be honest, in Sydney. They had a couple of big guns back. You probably would have thought that they would have pushed Hawthorn right to the way it wasn't to be. Wait and see if Hawthorn can go all the way.
And Collingwood have delisted half their club after losing to Port Adelaide over the weekend, rightfully so. That was a pretty ordinary performance from them. But Port Adelaide, they believe.
Well, it's interesting. The one thing that we love about it is Eddie Maguire shooting his mouth off that Collingwood were just going to win that game and going to play Fremantle the following week because Fremantle are going to lose against Geelong. Sucked into you, Eddie. Getting too big for your boots, my friend. Collingwood, bye-bye. Nathan Buckley is under a lot of pressure at the moment to change that club.
I reckon he is. You're right. Richmond got to play finals for the first time in 12 years. Every Tigers supporter in Melbourne showed up for this game. At the MCG, there was 180 million people there, and they didn't get the job done. At one stage, they led by 30 points in the second quarter, or thereabouts, and Carlton wouldn't go away. Chris Judd was running around on one leg and got him over the line.
Yes, certainly did. 11 possessions in the third quarter. Kicked a fourth quarter goal too to get them in front by about 10 points at that stage. He was terrific. Richmond, what do you have to say about them? The Tigers Army were up and about. This is their year. Another year blown for Richmond, beaten by the 9th place team.
Yeah, finally make the 8 and you're beaten by them. It's a horrible way to go out for the Tigers. But there's always next year. We look to this weekend's games, starting off with a pretty big semi actually. Tomorrow night we've got Geelong, Port Adelaide.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I can't see myself giving Port Adelaide the respect maybe they've earned. I'm not in that boat. I think a lot of people
respect. Yeah.
Do you think so? I think a lot of people are still going, oh well, we'll just tip Geelong straight away, which I'm going to do. Hopefully, Port Adelaide put on a really good performance with their youthful enthusiasm.
Well, we know that the Crows won 2 flags in 97 and 98 and no one rated them a chance. So
here he goes again.
I'm just saying, Port Adelaide might have that same belief. I don't think they'll win, though. Geelong will beat them. The next semi-final is Saturday night. You'll be really interested in watching this one because whoever wins gets to play Fremantle here in Perth. Sydney and Carlton, who's going to win it?
Yeah, I'm going for the Swans in this one. Although they've lost, I think, 4 out of their last 5 games, I still believe that their defensive game should be good enough to beat Carlton. Having said that, if the Blues get up and they win this, I cannot see for the life of me Carlton beating Fremantle at home. I can see Sydney testing Fremantle, if you know what I mean. So I think Sydney is my tip. I'm almost going for Carlton because I know it would wipe them off the park in the prelim.
And it was just a short few weeks ago that Sean McManus really loathed Carlton and didn't rate him a chance at winning.
Carlton, you suck. Well, they finished 9th, let's face it.
That's
God.
true.
Then they got to play Richmond.
So you'll be barracking for them over the weekend, that's for sure. But let's just touch on the preliminary final in a couple of weeks because you'll be going on holidays for a week. We won't see you for a little while. What's the build-up like towards this game? You've obviously got a ticket. Have you got every cousin in Western Australia and every mate of a mate of a mate calling you up?
It's getting like that, mate. And in particular for the grand final, you don't know how many calls we've taken, text messages, people on Facebook, the whole lot. Everybody's gearing up for Fremantle to be in the grand final.
Did you get my text?
It would be...
I might need some tickets.
Okay,
we'll sort it out.
We'll see what we can do, eh?
Yeah, right.
We'll get the sponsors on the show to jump on it.
Maybe. Hey, we'll leave it in your hands, Patterson Stadium and MCG, if you want to send us there. But the game, it's going to be huge. There's going to be purple everywhere in Subiaco.
Yeah, the build-up's been fantastic already. The whole state's getting behind them, led by the media, I'd have to say. The West Australian...
They're putting blokes on the front page.
I've seen that stuff during the week.
Front
Whatever.
page of the paper.
Whatever.
Good calves.
And they really get behind them. It's wear purple to work. It's hard to say. Wear purple to work day Fridays for the next couple of weeks while the Fremantle gear up for the prelim. And I can tell you, being down at the club, the merchandise is running out the door at the minute.
Any number 9s getting out the door?
No, number 8. Check out this guy.
Oh, I didn't get a jersey. There was Nathan in that. There you go. That's it for the tackle this week. As we said, we wish the Fremantle Dockers the best of luck, and we will be back. Who knows? Possibly broadcasting live from Melbourne. Well,
probably
you'll be there.
No, we'll be there. The sponsors,
of course. We'll see you maybe in Melbourne.
Nova.